There's a man in your life right now who you never say no to. You already know who it is. Their name just appeared in your head before you even finished reading that sentence. Maybe it's your boss. Maybe it's a parent. Maybe it's a partner or a friend who somehow always gets the final word in every disagreement you've ever had with them. Here's the question that's going to bother you for the rest of this video. Do you go along with them because you love them, or because some quiet part of you is scared of what happens if you don't? Most people will never answer that question honestly, not out loud, maybe not even to themselves. 500 years ago, one man did answer it, and the sentence he wrote became so dangerous, so uncomfortable, so accurate, that it got his own name turned into an insult that's still used today. You've probably said it yourself without even knowing where it came from. Machiavelli wrote this: "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot have both." Everyone quotes that line like it's simple. It's not. It's one of the most misunderstood sentences in the history of human psychology, and by the time this video ends, you're going to understand exactly why it's true, why it's not as dark as it sounds, and something much harder to hear, exactly where fear is quietly running your own life, right now, today, without your permission. I'm not going to let you off easy on that last part. Stick around, because the final section of this video is going to ask you a question you might not want to answer. Let's get into it. Part 1. The sentence that broke political philosophy. Before you can understand why Machiavelli said what he said, you need to understand exactly what he was destroying when he said it. For centuries before him, political philosophy rested on one comforting assumption: rulers should be generous, virtuous, and loved, because love builds loyalty, and loyalty builds stability. It's a beautiful theory. It's the kind of thing you want to believe about human beings. Machiavelli looked at hundreds of years of actual historical evidence, real kings, real collapses, real betrayals, and concluded it was mostly a lie people told themselves. He watched beloved rulers get abandoned the moment loyalty became inconvenient. He watched generous, adored leaders lose everything the second a better offer walked through the door for the people who claimed to love them. Love, he realized, is a bond people maintain only as long as maintaining it serves them, and the second self-interest points anywhere else, that bond dissolves almost instantly. Fear works differently, and here's the detail that changes everything, the part almost nobody quotes. The full sentence is, "It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both. But a wise ruler should avoid being hated, because fear and hatred can very well exist together." Read that again. He wasn't telling rulers to be cruel. He was making a cold, precise observation about which emotional bond survives pressure, and then immediately warning that if you get it wrong, if fear curdles into hatred, it destroys you faster than weakness ever could. Keep that warning in your back pocket. We're coming back to it, and it's the part of this video that's going to matter most. Part 2. Why love is an unstable foundation. Here's where it gets uncomfortable, because I need you to sit with something most people spend their whole lives avoiding. Love is voluntary, that's what makes it beautiful, and it's exactly what makes it fragile as a source of influence. A person who follows you purely because they love you is only following you for as long as that feeling stays intact. And feelings, unlike consequences, shift constantly with mood, circumstance, and self-interest. Picture it in ordinary terms, not political ones. A friend who helps you purely out of affection will keep helping you right up until the moment helping you becomes genuinely costly. At that exact point, love has to compete with self-preservation, and self-preservation almost always wins, because it's older, deeper, and more stubbornly wired into us than social affection ever will be. This isn't a cynical accusation against humanity. It's a neutral fact about priority. Every person you know, underneath every social bond they've ever formed, has a survival instinct that activates the second a bond becomes dangerous to keep. Machiavelli's insight was that rulers who built their entire power on being loved were building on something that could evaporate the instant it became inconvenient to keep loving them. A famine, a war, a better offer from someone else. Love, unlike fear, carries no built-in cost for simply walking away. And this is exactly why so many beloved leaders throughout history were abandoned fastest the moment things got hard. Not because the love was fake, because real love was never designed to survive against real self-interest under real pressure. Now hold that thought, because what replaces love, when love fails, is far more interesting than you'd expect. Part 3. Why fear creates consistent behavior. This is where the psychology gets genuinely fascinating. Fear works because it attaches a consequence to behavior that doesn't depend on anyone's mood, loyalty, or ongoing affection. If someone genuinely fears a real consequence for betraying you, that fear operates identically on their best day and their worst day. It doesn't fluctuate with how connected they currently feel to you. This is exactly why fear-based systems, uncomfortable as this is to say out loud, consistently produce more reliable behavior than affection-based systems. Someone motivated by love behaves well when they feel close to you and behaves badly the second that closeness cools. Someone motivated by a real, clearly understood consequence tends to behave consistently because the consequence doesn't care how connected they feel that particular week. You can find this pattern everywhere the moment you start looking for it. Workplaces where accountability only comes from personal relationships are chaotic. Good behavior when people happen to like the boss, bad behavior the instant that fondness fades. Workplaces with clear, evenly enforced consequences produce consistent behavior, regardless of who currently likes whom. I need to be precise here because this next line matters. This is not a moral endorsement of running your relationships on fear. It's an honest explanation of a mechanism, one that keeps operating whether we approve of it or not. But here's the twist most people miss completely, and it's the single most important distinction in this entire video. Part 4. The critical difference. Fear versus hatred. This is the part of Machiavelli's theory that almost everyone who quotes him gets catastrophically wrong. He never said cruelty was good. He said something far more surgical. Fear is a stable, useful tool of influence, but hatred is fatal, and the two are dangerously easy to confuse if you're not paying close attention. What actually separates them? Fear, in his framework, comes from someone understanding that consequences exist and are applied consistently. Hatred comes from someone feeling they've been treated unjustly, humiliated, or wronged beyond what the situation ever required. You can make someone respect real consequences without ever making them hate you. A boss who enforces clear standards, even strictly, creates a kind of alert respect in their team, not resentment. A boss who humiliates people publicly, who applies punishment inconsistently, who seems to enjoy the power rather than simply use it responsibly, that creates hatred. And hatred doesn't just fail to produce loyalty. It manufactures the opposite. It produces people who are quietly, patiently waiting for the first real opportunity to hurt you back. This is the exact line that so many leaders throughout history missed completely. They read, "Better to be feared than loved," and heard permission for cruelty. Machiavelli was doing the opposite. He was drawing the map of exactly how to avoid the one outcome that destroys rulers faster than any war, being hated by the very people you depend on. Fear without cruelty is respect with real consequences attached. fear combined with cruelty becomes hatred. And hatred is the single most dangerous position anyone in a position of influence can ever occupy, because people who hate you aren't just unmotivated to help you, they're actively motivated to watch you fail. Remember that man from the very start of this video. Keep him in mind. We're about to find out which category he actually belongs in. Part 5, where this shows up in your everyday life. Let's pull this completely out of the world of kings, because this theory is quietly running your entire life, whether you've noticed it or not. Think about every moment of compliance in your own days, the times you do something not because you want to, but because some part of you is managing a consequence. The report you finish on time, not purely from pride, but because you already know exactly what happens if it's late. The apology you offer before you've fully processed how you feel, because you understand the relationship cost of not offering it fast enough. The boundary you never cross with one particular person, not necessarily because you respect them more than everyone else in your life, but because experience has quietly taught you what happens when you do. None of this makes you weak or fake or manipulative. It makes you human. Machiavelli's insight was never really about kings at its core. It was about a universal mechanism running underneath every human relationship, at every scale, whether we're comfortable admitting it or not. Here's the uncomfortable part, though, and it's the exact same warning from Part 4, just aimed at your own life instead of a kingdom. A boundary that's respected because the other person understands there's a fair, real consequence for crossing it. That's healthy. That's normal. But a relationship where someone complies with you purely out of dread, where the feeling underneath isn't respect but something closer to quiet, accumulating resentment, that's the human-scale version of the exact trap Machiavelli spent his entire career warning rulers about. Part 6. Why we're wired this way. This pattern isn't random, and it isn't a coincidence of history. It's built directly into how your brain evolved to process risk. The human brain is far more sensitive to potential loss than to potential gain. Psychologists call this loss aversion, and it's been demonstrated repeatedly. The pain of losing something is felt roughly twice as intensely as the pleasure of gaining the equivalent thing. This asymmetry means a credible threat of loss will almost always motivate faster, more consistent action than an equal promise of gain ever could. This is precisely why fear, a signal your brain files under potential loss, produces faster, more reliable behavioral change than love, which your brain files under potential gain. It's not that love is weak. It's that your nervous system was shaped over hundreds of thousands of years of survival pressure to prioritize avoiding danger over chasing reward. Because in the world where humans evolved, one missed danger could kill you, while one missed reward almost never did. Machiavelli had none of this neuroscience available to him. He arrived at the same conclusion 5 centuries early, purely through cold observation. That's not luck. That's what happens when someone studies human behavior with total honesty, instead of describing how they wish humans behaved. Part 7. The modern application. Using this without becoming cruel. So how do you actually use any of this without becoming the tyrant Machiavelli's own name has come to represent? The goal was never to make yourself feared in the ordinary, ugly sense of that word. The goal is to make consequences real, consistent, and fairly applied, so that respect naturally includes a healthy awareness of what happens if trust is broken, without ever tipping into cruelty. Practically, that means following through on what you say every single time, not just when it's convenient. It means applying consequences evenly, not based on your mood that particular day. It means never reaching for humiliation, cruelty, or unpredictability as tools, because those don't produce the stable fear Machiavelli described. They produce exactly the corrosive hatred he warned rulers away from. And this cuts both ways. This same framework is how you identify who's using it on you. If someone in your life keeps you compliant through unpredictability, humiliation, or the constant, quiet threat of withdrawing affection, that isn't the healthy fear and respect Machiavelli described. That's the exact trap he warned rulers to avoid, just aimed at you instead of a kingdom. Part 8. The question you came here to answer. I told you at the very beginning this section would be uncomfortable. Here it is. Go back to that person, the one whose name appeared in your head before you'd even finished the first sentence of this video. Ask yourself, honestly, without performing the answer for anyone, is your compliance coming from genuine respect, backed by fair, understood consequences, or is it coming from something closer to dread, unpredictable, unjust, quietly curdling into resentment you haven't fully let yourself name yet? This isn't an invitation to become suspicious of everyone in your life. Most relationships, built on a healthy mix of love and fair consequence, are exactly how functional human bonds are supposed to work. But the relationships where fear has tipped into something closer to hatred, where you comply not from respect, but from accumulating resentment, those don't stay stable forever. Machiavelli warned rulers about this pattern because he watched it topple kingdoms. It topples ordinary relationships too. It just does it more quietly, and it takes a lot longer for the person inside it to notice. Machiavelli didn't write that sentence to teach the world cruelty. He wrote it because he was finished pretending human behavior worked the way people wished it did, instead of the way it actually does. Fear, used carefully and fairly, was never the villain of this story. Unpredictable, humiliating, unjust fear is the kind that curdles into hatred and eventually turns on whoever created it. This week, run one honest audit. Go back to that person from the hook. Ask yourself one more time which version of fear is actually operating underneath that relationship. If this reframed something for you, tell me in the comments which relationship came to mind the moment I asked. You don't have to name names, just tell me if it hit. And if you want the other half of this theory the moment it drops, exactly how Machiavelli said a leader builds real loyalty without ever needing fear at all, subscribe, because that video completes everything you just learned. I'll see you in the next one.